Yeah, we're here today. We're planting our traditional crops, our traditional seeds that we have with our department, Culture Resources, and along with the help from the day labor service. We're, trying to teach more people, and along with the people that are coming out, it's good because then they get the second feel for it, and then next year they're going to know what to do and they're going to do it themselves. Hopefully, that's the idea, or teach somebody how to plant, or have an idea of how to do so. And if anything, you can start on this row. And there's a bag of beans here. Out here, with the day labor service, they're the main ones helping me out these days, this past year or so. So it's only right that they get to come out and learn even more. And that's what I'm trying to do, is teach them versus just work. I'm trying to teach them. They're going to be the people to go on and continue to hopefully to take it home and to run with it. So
today, with the day labor, they asked some of us to come out here to help with the garden and help plant and harvest for the season. Anything from lima beans to lemons to, I think, black beans and white beans as well. And in 4 to 3 months, I say, is when we'll come back here and we'll pick out everything that has been harvested.
Yeah, you can. I just spread them out so we can see what we're doing. There's 10 rows. We're going to do 10 black beans. So we'll leave that one right there. Planting some devil's claw for the baskets. We did some black eyed peas. We did some kuti basho. And again, with these beans, there's a trait that's going to come up every now and then, and different colored beans going to spit out of one of these plants, and we're going to save these plants, and we're going to save these seeds, and then we're going to try to plant them out and see if we can get these 16 varieties back that, has been lost over the past, so hopefully we'll get some different colored speckled beans this year. That's what's exciting to me, Yeah, we had this one for a few years. It was given to us. I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he had stored all these black beans, and he, like I said, every now and then a black bean was spit out of the white bean, and he saved them all, and then he just grew them straight out, and all the black beans came up. They're just breaking down the rows, and flattening them out. The rows are a little high, so they're just breaking them down a little bit. And so I have one guy just helping out and the other guy, so it's easy, it's not just one guy pulling the whole thing, it's two people working on one row and they're helping each other out, they're saving each other's energy, so I got them working together, just better to work together, everything goes a lot better that way.
As being a community member, I feel like it's really important for me to be here, and any community members to learn about what the tribe offers and what we have here. Again, with the garden, I did not know we had one, and I think it's awesome that we do have one here. So at least it gives us to learning experience on how to plant and everything, and I feel like that would be great for community members to learn how to plant so we can plant at home maybe.
So the process of planting these black eyed peas is, traditionally we had, sticks, digging sticks, different handmade tools, so right now we're just doing a little bit here so you don't have to break your back as much, you can use your stick, your foot, kick method, however you want to call it. But here see, she's just putting it together. We don't want the plant so deep, but then she gets the idea, and then we're just planting it, right there and covering it up. If you look at the mountains, the slope all comes south, southwest anyway, so we want to kind of keep your rows southwest. Traditionally that's all the rivers, they ran the way of the land, the way it went down and stuff, so we're trying to mimic and do the same thing, and we need the flow of the water. We're like, the best engineers, they said the water and the level, but the water doesn't lie. The water will let you know where it's at, the level. You just have to work it. We got to wait till our ditch fills up pretty much all the way, and then we'll grab the siphon hose, and it's like a straw. How when you're a kid, you always wanted to, perhaps get the straw and hold it, and then put the straw in your mouth and let whatever fluids were in there in your mouth. But when you're a kid, I remember doing that. So it's pretty much the same process of holding that liquid inside that straw. When you go to siphon, you want to make sure that you have enough water in the ditch, that it's filled up mostly all the way. And like I said, with the straw, you'll dip it all the way in, then you'll close it, and then you'll pull it all the way out and then let it drop in there, and then that should make the water run. It's really important for everybody to be involved, to everybody to see. We need to show everybody. Everybody needs to know the culture. Everybody needs to know who we are as people. It's real important. Otherwise, we're going to be losing our traditional ways of life and stuff. So